Top five.
So on topical back on another video. I'm Strange Wang. He is Nate. Today we're doing top 5 movie mothers in honor of Mother's Day Sunday. He'll tell you how the top 5 is working, then we're getting into it.
He's going to give his 5 and 4. I'm going to give my 5 and 4. 3-2, 3-2. Then we trade off number ones. We also have something called the Zemeckis rule, which just means if we both have the same mom on our list, but one has it 2 spots or higher, we'll skip it until we get that one. But I'm really interested to see if we have any of the same moms, because this is a pretty broad topic.
It is a broad. No pun intended. Did you mean it?
Yeah.
Oh, what a guy. Number 5 for me is going to be Stifler's mom, because you think of movie MILFs, you think of her or Mrs. Robertson. I feel like the more MILF term was around when Stifler's mom was a thing. And obviously they build it up and she makes this intro, so when she sleeps with this Stifler's friend, it's like a really big deal in the movie.
Weren't they in high school?
Yeah.
Ooh. That didn't really age well.
Yeah, but guys in high school, it's a dream that there's the fucking older woman for a lot of them, whether it's a teacher or something.
That doesn't make it right.
It doesn't make it right.
You put a pedophile on your list of best moms.
Yeah. Number 4 is going to be Mrs. Stiff from Throw Mama from a Train. I don't know if you've seen this movie.
Did she sleep with a high schooler?
No.
Okay, good.
She's a cunt.
No.
So, Throw Mama from a Train is Annie Ramsey from the Goonies. And, yeah. But she wasn't the truck driver, but you know who she is. So, she's the mother. Also, to preface this list, I just picked moms. I liked them on screen. These aren't what I consider the top 5 best moms. These are just my favorite movie moms. So, like my 4 and 5 apparently, some real dirtbags on this list. But she has this voice, and like she's one of those character actors. When you see her, she sticks with you. That like she sounds like she's chewing on rocks when she talks, and she's bossed around DeVito. DeVito, he meets Billy Crystal. He befriends him, and Billy Crystal's like, "Dude, leave me the fuck alone. You're annoying as shit. I don't know why this old, short, weird man is taking my college class."
When did this movie come out?
1989, I think.
Which is funny because Danny DeVito was a weird old short man in 1980 whatever, and he is still just a weird old short man now.
Yeah. So he talks to Billy Crystal into killing his mother, and Billy Crystal's like, "Oh, you can't do this." So he goes to the house so he doesn't kill his mother, and then realizes, "Dude, you should actually kill your mother." And then they go on this train trip. Hence the title, Throw Mama from a Train. Very fun adventure. But she's just a mean old bat, you know? Like, she's a fucking heifer. So makes you feel bad for Dan DeVito and root for them to throw her off the train and kill her. So, she's a mom that really brings a lot to the movie. So,
Wow.
Number 4.
Yeah. For my list, I actually picked good moms. So, you're going to get a lot of variety with this. But speaking of DeVitos, my number 5 is Mrs. DeVito, who is Tommy's mom in Goodfellas. Because even though we only get to spend just a little bit of time with her, she's a really good mom. She lets him bring his friends over. She cooks them all this massive dinner. She has impeccable taste in artwork. And you know what? She lets her son borrow her shovel. She's a nice mom.
That's a great pick.
I like her. Yeah, she's a good mom.
Good point. You're so smart.
And she doesn't ask questions. My mom, love her to death. She asks a ton of questions. I like, she does say what do you need a shovel for, and he just gives her some answer, and that's the end of the conversation. She doesn't dig. She just accepts her son for who he is,
Stop not being married.
And you know what?
That's the only thing.
She's an Italian mom. She grew up in New York. She knows what he's doing. She's not dumb.
She just wants him to get married.
She just wants him to find a wife. And then he makes some joke about getting women or something. And
no, she says, I wish you would settle down. He says, I'll settle down every night. And then I'll wake up. And then I'll settle down with a new one. And he's like, I want you, Mom. Which is a little weird. and then he kisses her on the forehead.
Well, I mean, you know what he meant.
Yeah.
But also, what a great mom that, you know, they have such an open relationship where he could just be honest with her about, you know, his relationship status and where he's at. Some moms freak out if their son. My mom freak out if. I mean, I've never lived that kind of lifestyle, but if I had, I certainly couldn't have told my mom about it. So, and you know what? If I have kids one day, I hope they feel like they could talk. I don't want details, but you know what I'm saying.
You think your mom thought you was a virgin when you got married?
No.
Okay. She's not that
No, she's not that dumb.
dumb. I wasn't gonna say dumb.
Naive?
Yes. I was gonna make it a little nicer.
Yeah. I have the best mom in the world. My mom's incredible. She is.
That's what they all say.
She is pretty naive, but not that. Number 4 for me is going to be Marmee March, who's the mom in Little Women. And I just have a lot of respect for her. Specifically the 2019 version. Laura Dern crushed it. I also really love that movie. But yeah, raising all those women on your own while your husband's off fighting the war takes a lot of balls. But what really gets me is they all have very different and unique personalities, and she still finds a way to connect and care for each one of them individually. And then there's also the Christmas scene where she hears that this one family ain't got no food, and so she makes them pack up their entire Christmas feast and go and give it to them. And I think it's a really good lesson. So
sounds like something your mother would do.
it is actually something my mother would do.
Number 2 for me is going to be Dorothy Boyle.
What's your number 3?
That is my number 3. I lied. My number 3 is going to be Dorothy Boyle from Jerry Maguire. I think that's just a very romanticized single mom getting into a relationship type movie. Even though it's like you got everything else too about those sports and whatnot. But that relationship connection they have and her trying to do what's best for her son, and her son lost Tom Cruise and everything. And she has to make really hard decisions. I think that's what being a good parent is about. Hard decisions. Not thinking about yourself too much. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's a movie. So she's like, oh, he came to my door. Let me marry him. You know, whatever the fuck. But I think she's a really good movie mom. She's great with her kid. And she's just out there trying to make it. Working hard. As someone who's raised by a single mother, I respect that. So she made my list. Number 2 is going to be Evelyn Wang from Everything Everywhere All at Once. She a good mom? No. But she grows. She gets there. And that journey is so heartwarming. And it'll make you cry. Everything in this movie is so special, so meaningful. Every scene has a different feeling it brings to the table, but the root of this movie is her journey on being a better person, specifically a better mother, and she does that. Yay! Saves the world in the process, but she's a good mom now. So
yeah, I almost put her on my list because she ends up being a much better mom, but she also spends like literally 90% of the movie not being, so it's like, nah.
Oh, she got there.
Yeah. My number 2 is Rosemary from Easy A, Emma Stone's mom in that movie. Teenagers, if I ever have a kid, I really just want to like skip to them being a teenager. Like, don't get me wrong, I want to like, yeah, I would think so. Like, teenagers are great. People are so worried about them being disrespectful and like all this stuff. They can't help it. They got like so many freaking hormones running through their body, and like high school's freaking hard from a social standpoint for a lot of people. So her daughter's going through it, and the way that she handles it to me is absolutely incredible. I think that's a good role model for really any parent, not even just moms, but be able to accept your kid for who they are, you know, and she doesn't like overstep. She offers guidance, but lets her figure it out on her own, right? And I think that's the hallmark of a really good parent. So she's on there for that. Number 2 for me is Mrs. Gump. Forrest Gump's
my number 1.
Mom. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hey, we had one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the one, like, I looked at my list, I was like, we'll probably have Mrs. Gump. We might have Evelyn.
Yeah, it was
Because
like close.
you're
I
very-
almost put her on there.
You know it was close for me?
Viola Davis is Michael Jordan's mom in Air.
No.
Oh,
Good movie, Mom.
yeah.
But
Because I just thought about that in the middle of the video, and I probably would have tried to squeak her in if I had.
she's also a great movie mom in Fences.
Oh,
But Kathy Bates and The Water Boy. You want to talk about memorable moms?
yeah. Not really a good mom.
I didn't say she was.
But, yeah.
For my list,
That's a
I went with
memorable
the
mom.
most, like, my favorite moms I remember.
She
Like-
seems to know so much about alligators and why they're angry.
Yeah, for real. I was, like, looking through, like, list, and Sarah Connor was on, like, everyone's list number
Yeah,
one.
her and Ellen.
And I was
Ripley.
like, well, that kid's not even technically
I know.
Ellen's,
That's what
so
drove
it
me
doesn't
crazy
count.
about that being on people's list.
Yeah,
I was
it
like,
doesn't count.
She's not a mom.
Like, motherfucker, you didn't watch that movie.
Yeah.
But Sarah Connor, I was like, she's barely there. Then based on this new movie, kid gets killed. What? But never mind.
Yeah, no.
Number one for me, number two for him, Mrs. Gump. Mrs. Gump is smash mouth, in your face style of parenting. She don't take no shit off no one. She teaches Forrest. He doesn't really understand, but not take no shit off no one. She's there. She's confident in them, where most parents probably wouldn't be with a child like that. And just a good fucking mom. She's there to listen. She's there to care. She's there to support. She gives him his space. She has confidence in his decisions. The perfect movie mom, in my opinion.
Yeah. She maybe could have had one or two more conversations with him about his choice in women, but I mean, but she probably also understood that it didn't matter what she said. Like,
yeah,
you know,
that's true.
but yeah, in a world where everyone told Forrest he couldn't, his mom told him he could, and that was all he needed. So, something to be said about a confident mother in there, and she just doesn't stop. Like, she's just a great mom. Like, really dig her.
Yeah. Sally Field, what a perfect mom.
Yeah.
Like, look.
Yeah, it's true. I agree.
Like, Sally Field and Forrest Gump, Mrs. Gump, that's the one that would have been a pew in the church I grew up in, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Different, like, clothes, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, I meant to add this when I had Tommy's mom from Goodfellas, but you probably already know this because you love that movie. But the list is for Mother's Day, and I also just learned that that's Martin Scorsese's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So she's like a double whammy because it's one of the greatest directors to ever direct mom, and she's also a great movie mom.
She's also in Casino.
Yeah. She started acting because he put her in one of his short films, and she liked it.
Yeah, Italian American. It's a documentary on her and her husband, and he's like interviewing them.
Nice.
And they're both really Italian, so like they're asking questions, and she's trying to get up and cook and clean. And he's like, sit down, talk to your son.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. It's good shit.
Nice. My number one is Molly Weasley, which she's a great fucking mom. And it's like some of the best parents in movies are like poor ones, you know? The Weasleys are dirt poor. She's got 7 kids, I think, something like that. So when you're dirt poor and you got 7 kids, A, was that really responsible of you to have that many kids? I would argue no. But she does have them, and she loves them all very, very well. And she has her big moment of protecting them in the end. But on top of that, essentially adopts Harry as like a surrogate mom. Like, no questions asked, just because she realized not that he needed any material things, but he just needed someone to give a shit about him. And she did, and I really appreciate that. So, Molly Weasley, in my opinion, is the best movie mom. Forrest Gump's mom was close second, though.
Oh, she made both our lists.
Yeah.
So technically I'll give her the nudge.
That's true.
But you knew it was a great poor movie mom.
There's lots of bad movie moms.
No, who's a great poor movie mom.
Oh, who?
Poor as in wealth.
Yeah.
Charlie's mom and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I guess she's a good mom.
She buys him the candy bar.
Yeah. That's true.
And she's played by Helena Bonham Carter, who's a dime. So.
Oh, you're talking about that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, not Willy Wonka and the
Yeah,
Chocolate
I
Factory.
gotcha.
Which one is it?
I don't know.
The first one's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, right?
You know who else is like an interesting movie mom? She's technically dead.
Norma Bates?
Yeah.
I saw that make a few lists.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like, that don't count.
'Cause
She's not
I mean,
there.
Yeah, but for all we know, she's a pretty good mom. She has a lot of faith in her son.
What do you mean a lot of faith in her son?
Well, if we can
She
assume...
yells at him. She kills the hoochies he's trying to hit on.
Yeah, she's just protecting him.
That's a terrible mom.
Yeah, it is. An awful
Worst.
mom.
But that's,
Just sitting in her rocking chair.
yeah, top 5 movie moms. For best or for worse, let us know your top 5 favorite moms in film in the comment section below. Scroll back up, hit the like button, share the video. And subscribe.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.